One of the reasons to work with a team is we have a support staff that specializes, right? I do what I do best, the listing agents do what they do best, which is negotiate for you, help price your property, and ultimately get you the best price. We have a transaction manager and a listing manager that deal with all of the paperwork so that everything goes smoothly. A marketing director, a social media person, an operations manager, a sales manager. We have 3 people that answer your phone so that every lead gets answered and responded to in 90 seconds. When a buyer is online looking at property, instant gratification. I know when I look, I want a response. So I'll keep calling until I get somebody. And the average agent, they can't respond until they're free, right? So if somebody inquires and they don't respond to them, actually, I think the statistic is it's 48 hours that it takes the average agent to respond. So in 48 hours, that buyer has looked at I don't know how many more properties, and they have a different agent. They're not going to your property, right? We stop that, and we are able, because of our support staff, to follow up immediately, to answer your questions, to set your appointment, to line you up before you find somebody else. So you have an offer, congrats. Hopefully, actually we had 6 offers. At that point, we step in, we're gonna send you a really nice spreadsheet with your offers, the pros and cons. We're gonna advise you through which of the deals, right, is the strongest. And that means agent, down payment, lender, time frame, anything that they may have waived, appraisal, inspection, cash, whatever it is that's the most solid, so that we can choose the best offer in a way where the buyer who ultimately is in contract with you is happy. But we also want to make certain that the other buyers that made offers, that they're on standby, right? So that if the first deal goes away, which unfortunately sometimes happens, we have a second person ready to stand in, right? You never want to lose that enthusiasm that you get in the beginning, and so that has to be managed carefully. So once you're under contract, right? My transaction manager steps in and he is going to walk you through the process. You'll get a next steps email. You're going to look for the home inspection. After the home inspection comes the appraisal. It's the one thing where we actually do that ourselves, because we like to carefully pick out comparable sold properties. It takes about 15 minutes. We meet the appraiser at the property, hand them the contracts and those sold comps, right? Because the bank is going to give a value so that the buyer can get the loan. After that happens, my transaction manager will coordinate with you to set up getting either your smoke certificate or your CO or anything that has to happen with any open permits, the whole process that needs to happen with whatever the city municipality requires so that you can close. We're going to keep you abreast of the dates, right? The deposit being due from the buyer and it going into the escrow account for your attorney, and any sort of details if there's anything with the title search, those little things that happen behind the scenes so that you can get to closing day and actually get the check and have it over. There's also the good faith estimate, which will come across. It's going to come from your attorney, and it's going to tell you so that you have an expectation and know how much money that you're walking away with. And, we even do things like help you with organizing if there's a mover that's necessary. We have people that we use if you need parking signs in order for the moving truck to pull up on moving day. If perhaps you're closing and you're renting back from your new buyer, so as you freed up your money so that you could buy something else. All of these things happen behind the scenes. We coordinate this so that it's less stress on you. That's pretty much start to finish what goes in to selling a home on the seller side. We're full service, and full service means we're making this easy breezy as possible to eliminate as much stress and get you through so you can move on to the next phase of your life and be happy.